This person, the sheikh, who lived far away, that he's one of the top sheikh of this time. So he went down to his place and spent approximately a few days under the guidance of the sheikh. But when he spent a few days, he realized that this sheikh, who he thinks is a very highly honorable, very, very powerful sheikh, he realized that there's no miracle. He hasn't seen anything in him. And when he was about to leave, so this person who went to the sheikh, who got back off, he was about to leave and the sheikh called him. He called him over to come. So when this person went to the sheikh said, "You only been a few days, why don't you stay more?" The person replied, the person who was looking for a sheikh, he replied, that I heard lots of things about you, that you were one of the top sheikh of your time, you were a very powerful person, but I didn't see nothing in you. I didn't see any karama, nothing at all. So the sheikh replied, since during the time you've been living here with me, 2 or 3 days, did you see anything I've done which is against the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The person replied, well, that's true, I haven't seen you did anything which is against the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the sheikh said that this is more than a miracle, that in this day and age that we act upon the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So dear brothers, where we are today, in this day and age, it's even more difficult to follow the Quran and Sunnah. If you think about it, we live in a country where there's no restriction. We can grow our beards, we can wear Imam Sharif, we can go to masjid whenever we like. And there are countries where Islamic sisters can't wear the Islamic dress. There are brothers who can't go openly pray. There are places where we can't do anything what we like openly. Today we can stand there and say what we like. But still, where is that love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Now we believe the whole world is created because of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We believe that, don't we? Don't we? Yeah, alhamdulillah, we believe that. But what about that love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Where is that gone? Do we not think about hereafter? Do we not think that on the day of judgment we will be asked questions? Today, we don't care about namaz. If we are working, this is enough excuse for us. That I was working, I couldn't read my namaz, I'll read it later. I'll do a qaza. That's not a bad Shariah reason, is it? To qaza your namaz. Today we miss our fast. We will say, oh, because I'm ill, I've got flu or cold. Is that a good enough reason for us? It's good enough for us. But what about on the day of judgment, where the first question will be asked on the day of judgment will be about namaz? Do we think of that? We don't think of these things, do we? Today we think that we've got years and years to live. Today when we look at elders, when they have white beards and white hair, we think that we're still about to come to that stage before we die. But there's no guarantees here, brothers, that we will live up to that stage. There's no guarantees that we'll walk out of this place alive. So what happened to the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What happened to the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the day of judgment will help us? Sallu ala al-Habib. So dear brothers, alhamdulillah, today what I'm trying to get across to you is the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, very, very important. Without the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam today, if you look at alhamdulillah, ulama ikram, Mashayikh Azam, if you look at them, they're not without beard, they're not without the Imam Sharif, they're not without whatever they do according to the Quran and Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If these people are doing it, surely there are reasons why we have to do it as well. We just need to realize how important it is. Alhamdulillah, Dawat Islami has given us the platform. We all know alhamdulillah, Dawat Islami, you've got brothers sitting here who recently came into my home. Alhamdulillah, what it is, it's all about the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In Dawat Islami, there's no such thing that if you know bad in Dawat Islami, you can't come to Dawat Islami. Alhamdulillah, Dawat Islami is open for everybody. Alhamdulillah, what Amir Ahl Sunnah says, that all Mashayikh Azam and ulama ikram are the crown of my head. यानी मेरा सुन फरमाते हैं कि तमाम उलमा इकराम और मुशाइख अज़ाम मेरे सर के ताज हैं. So alhamdulillah, if उलमा इकराम और मुशाइख अज़ाम are the crown of my Amir Ahl Sunnah, surely they are crown of our heads too. So we have to follow these people. Alhamdulillah, in these gatherings, we learn, we gain blessing from these people. And there are people out there who disrespect these people. There are people out there who disrespect Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we need to understand these things, how important these things are. We need to understand what the Iqadah of Ahl Sunnah wal Jamaat is. We need to understand what the Aqidah of Sahaba Ikram is. We need to understand what is required of us today. There are many brothers outside today, as I said last time. Many brothers out there today drink alcohol. You give me one day, give me a Saturday or Sunday out of your time. I'll show you brothers out there, 14, 15-year-old, drinking alcohol. And there's no doubt, I can guarantee you say, that someone here from here will be their relative. Someone from here will definitely be related to them in any way, shape or form. Even if there's no relation to, at least they are our brothers, aren't they? We can't ignore these people who drink alcohol out on our streets. These are Muslim brothers and Muslim women we're talking about. But we don't care, do we? We only care about ourselves. But what about the day of judgment if we ask? Do we have any reply? Today we shave our beards. You know, we chuck them down the drains. But we don't care. We've got another 100 years to live. I'll grab my beard in next year or after 10 years. आज हम कहते हैं कि मैं दाढ़ी के काबिल नहीं हुआ। तो मेरे सभी भाइयों अगर आप समझते हैं कि आप काबिल होंगे दाढ़ी के तब दाढ़ी रखेंगे तभी आपकी नाकाबिल शुरू हो जाएगी। यानी we think that we're not able to have दाढ़ी yet. We're not to that stage yet. We will never reach that stage. We can never repay the sunnah, the cost of the sunnah. We can never repay them. Or we can just act upon them and think good, do good, and inshallah, and think of our brothers out there who are drinking alcohol, who we're doing all sorts of committing adultery, doing gambling. This is happening. You go to a snooker place, people gamble. These are our Muslim brothers. If we don't think of these brothers, who would? Now today we've come here ourselves. Now just ask yourself, how many of you actually invited other brothers to come with us? How many of you actually thought of that? There's no doubt some people have invited other brothers, that's why we're here. Yeah. But what about we? Have we actually invited other brothers? Have we invited those people who are out on the street drinking alcohol? There's no doubt. Some of us probably haven't even thought of these things. So we have to have this Madani Zehen, Madani Soch. That what we love for ourselves, we have to love that for those brothers too. So they are our brothers. Don't hate those people, hate their habits, but don't hate them. Alhamdulillah, that's what Dawat Islam is all about. Dawat Islam gates are open for everybody. As I said, you don't have to wear Imam Sheikh to be part of Dawat Islam. You don't have to wear white dress to be part of Dawat Islam. I mean, their brother who just read Naat, he's a Tabi. Their brothers here who sit in this crowd, they're from Dawat Islam. They don't know where it is. Why they do muddy work. Alhamdulillah, what they do? They think of their other brothers, they think of their hereafter. Why we come to Dawat Islam? Why we come here? Because of our hereafter. And inshallah, I'll finish off from the shir. मिले खाक में अहले शाह कैसे कैसे मकी हो गए लामकां कैसे कैसे हुए नामवर बेनिशा कैसे कैसे ज़मीं खा गई नौजवान कैसे कैसे जगह जी लगाने की दुनिया नहीं है ये इबरत की जहाँ है तमाशा नहीं है. May Allah give us the ability to act upon the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and what we like for ourselves also like that for our brothers. وما علينا إلا البلاغ.
MashaAllah, that was Janab Maulana Muhammad Ahmed Qadir Tari, Amir, Dawat Islami Luton. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase the ilm and amal. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our love for the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our love for the men of Allah, the men who have given us, shown us the right path, the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And while Maulana Sahib was speaking, some of our guests have arrived. First of them is Pir Tariqat Rahbar Shariat Khwaja Pir Sufi Muhammad Hanif Sahib Naqshbandi, and also Ustaz al-Ulama wa Nafaz Allama Hafiz Abdul Aziz Sahib Naqshbandi. We would like to welcome this mehfil on behalf of the host, inshallah. Just a little waqia I would like to share with you. The Maulana was talking about, the benefits of keeping the company with the men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the waqia my father related to me, Khwaja Sufi Muhammad Hanisa related to me, was the waqia was Khwaja Muhammad Qasim Sadiq Maulvi rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi. He went to Kaliyam Sharif because he heard that there was this big this great talk about this great wali of Allah of Kaliyam Sharif, and they went there, they said, oh, can I meet the Shaykh? And when they met them, the Shaykh, the person that they met, he didn't have a beard. The man that he saw, he didn't have a beard, and he goes, Ya Shaykh, what is this? I don't understand what is going on. I hear all of these things, and yet what I see is really confusing. And the Shaykh said, don't worry, just come with me, let's read Salat. And when the Hazrat Sahib of Kaliyam Sharif, when they did the wuzu, when they put their hand across their face, as they put their hand down, there was a thick black beard was there, and the beard was so big, it was full of, was wet with the water of the wudu. And as a Sahib of Mora Sharif, he was left truly suspended. And the Hazrat Sahib of Kaliyam Sharif said, Ya Shaykh, you should not ask too many questions. When the men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they are praised by the people, they are not praised of their own accord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases the zikr of the men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because the men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are beloved. They are the beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Hazrat Sahib Hazrat Khwaja Muhammad Qasim Sadiq Murmi Rahmatullah ta'ala, he was about 40 years old when he entered the barqah of Hazrat, the Hazrat Sahib of Kaya Sharif. And when Hazrat Sahib of Mora Sharif went to Kaya Sharif, he was already a muhaddis, a mufakkir. He was a great scholar. He was a great man of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when he went to the barqah of Hazrat Khwaja, I believe it's Hazrat Khwaja Nizamuddin Kanvi Rahmatullah ta'ala alayhi, the Hazrat Sahib of Kaya Sharif opened their eyes, and Hazrat Sahib of Mora Sharif, his faizan has spread from east to west. He had over 700 ulama, khulafa, and of all these khulafa, so many famous shrines and dargahs are around in Pakistan. And my message to you is that hold on tight hold on tight to the men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Indeed, these men of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this day and age of great fitna, that they will be able to gather us. And one last thing, today I was at Dunstable Downs, and they had an Eid festival there. And I went along there with my hockey club, and I thought, what's going on? When I was there, I saw a lot of brothers who are not linked to the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And I was saying, if there's an Eid festival, these people are there with all of their families. And when we say to them, we are celebrating the Milad of Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the masjid, we've got a julus led by the shuyukh, they say bid'ah, bid'ah. When we say Eid festival, they are there with all of their families, and whatnot, and celebrating Eid festival. There's all this mixing going on. We should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we are on the path of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. We are not the path of the bid'ati. These are the bid'ati people doing their Eid Milan parties and the iftar parties. And when we ask them to come to the Milad and the Gyar Sharif, then they start raising the objections. So we should be thankful also that just by being here today, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showered us with His mercy. And now I would like to call upon for a short naat, because we are running on time, inshallah. Bisharat Ali Qadri, Muhammad Ali Qadri, and Ijazat Akram Qadri, if they can come forward and recite the Nashid, mashallah. Nare Takbir, Nare Risalat, Nare Tahqiq, Azan, Khwajgan Naqshband, Darbar Aliya Mora Sharif, Hazrat Khwaja Pir Muhammad Faisal Pasha Sahib Qasmi.
Sallallahu alayhi
बेटा तो इंशाअल्लाह माशाअल्लाह सभी मिलके बोले या रसूल अल्लाह
सदके या हबीब